Hi, I'm Carrie Gibson, and I just wanted to make a quick recording on what I teach, how I teach, what I use to teach. Don't have a student or students, but I'll give you kind of an idea of how things work in my class, my virtual classroom. Welcome, right? So the first thing I'm going to show you is my overhead projector, the Okio cam. And on here, I just whipped up my template for my lessons. Tape's supposed to hold you, right? This would be reading and writing, the objective all the way down. What's nice about this template, it gives extensions. I do it, we do it, you do it, right? And then any independent work. And it doesn't even have to be for all one day, right? It's kind of almost like the concept of nouns is going to take a while. You got to keep using them, but at least this one is how we start. We talk about grammar, what's grammar, right? And one of the things you can do with the Okio Cam, which is cool. All right, lesson plan. Get over there, right? Well, what is a noun, right? Let's think. If I wrote this sentence, I want ice cream for dinner, right? Talk about your sentence, remember capital, right? Period. So what would the nouns be? I, we'll get into that. But yes, that's also a part of it, right? Ice cream and dinner. So then what are we actually doing with these nouns, right? Ice cream, dinner. Well, dinner's something I eat, ice cream something I eat. I is up like you get around to a person. So you're saying to me a noun, right, is a person. What else? It could be a place. Or, whoops, that's a C. Thing, right? I'm writing quickly, but things. Oh, but there's also one other thing we need to think about. What? Right. Oh, make this so you can see it. There you go. Okay. So as you can see, this is also a whiteboard. And part of this lesson is reach over. And here's a finished. Well, this would be the blank one, right? We could talk about it this way. Well, okay. Then I now have a definition, right? So then here are the four, oh, hold the phone. The four categories. There we go, right? And then through time and space and the magic of the camera, ta-da, it's like a cooking show, then where they pull out the thing, ta-da, right? We had now gone through, oh, teacher, where does it go? They tell me where it goes, right? And when I teach idea, the main thing I say is, can you hold it? Can you touch it? Can you take a picture of it? It's because it's abstract, right? It's not tangible. So we'll get into that explanation. If I wanted to put this up so that they can reference it, I have this one. And I am a big proponent of interactive notebooks. I think that's their way of the new way of taking notes, or at least we never really tell kids how to take notes. So it's showing them how to take notes, right? And then here are the little words, and they would stick it in their notebook and then we say, what's a noun again? Look it up, right? So that's my Okio cam. Then let's come back to you. Here is my live camera. And I have it on a thingamajiggy. You can go any which way I want. But for now, we'll just, for time, you don't want to watch me for an hour, trust me. person place thing idea. It's just bigger. This is a whiteboard and it's magnetic, right? And I would use it for this as well. Let me push this back a bit. Actually, move the camera up a little. See what's nice about the camera? You can move it, right? Any which way but loose. And the same thing, right? We would go through it. That is a noun. Okay. And then on the back of this is, you can't really see it, chart paper, right? Whoa. So we could do a chart of sentences. I could do it without even the prompts. I could do complete chart, completely blank, seeing what the kids can come up with. You know, depends if these kids need a challenge, if these kids need a leg up. Most of mine are special needs, so they need the leg up. I also, the way you could teach with this, let's go to share screen, right? And I'm gonna see my frozen face. Your face is gonna freeze like that, my mom says. So then I have, you could do a text with, I don't know, ow, now, brown, cow, right? It's not actually a sentence, but you could type a sentence and they could find it that way, because then you could hit the draw. Yes. And then I could, cow would be our noun. Okay. Then just while we're here, see me in the corner here? While we're here in all my little bags, oops, sorry. Okay, slide it down. All right, I have the magic pen, thingamajiggy. It takes place of the, what am I on? Oh, I'm on draw, good. I can draw, I can write, right? Whoops. I could do a math. 4 + 4 = 8, right? That kind of thing. So I have this device if I need it. The whiteboard is good for some, because then they can join in. Not so good for those who want to ignore you and do what they want on your whiteboard. So, you know your audience. They can't touch this, right? Or even my OkioCam. OkioCam's bigger, they can see it better, but this works as well. So that is how I would incorporate whiteboard. A lot of times I like to do slideshows just so that it has the beginning, middle, and end. But to continue on with the lesson, then well, actually we could do it with the whiteboard. Let's do that. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so to continue on, I asked them, say, clear all my drawings. Yes, okay. I asked them to write 3 sentences, underline the nouns. They then volunteer one of them, right? And then my favorite is to incorporate writing in it, right? We got our nouns, but we talk about sentences. We kind of slip in the punctuation and all. You got to slip in all that anyway. So my big thing is, if kids are giving you a hard time, or don't even let them give you a hard time, give them a prompt, period. Then they know what to write, or at least begin, how to begin. So let's go back to text. And let's see, for this one I wrote yesterday. Yesterday all my troubles seemed snow. I saw an old man walking down the street. Oops. Walking down the street. Not, oops, delete, not wearing any shoes. And then I would ask them to, it's another way you can do it, or both, right? For homework, do this, make a paragraph, you know, talk about how many sentences makes paragraph, talk about beginning, middle, you know, lots of things can be incorporated. And it's like, this is just about nouns. Oh, no, it's not. It's about language arts, right? And you want to get everything in there all the time. So they're constantly using it and then remembering it. And let's see, then at the end, you always want to, let's go back to let's stop sharing, boof. So that's what I would do with the writing portion. You could do both sentences and then the writing portion, use some of it for homework, you know your audience, know what you want to get out of it. The bare minimum, know what a noun is and pick it out in a sentence. And to differentiate, since I do a lot of special needs, what you could give them the sentences, give them a book, pick out a sentence and then rewrite it on your notebook, just so that they're doing something along the same lines as the other children, unless it's my special needs classroom, and then you don't have to worry about it because the lesson will be tailored to them. But for those who want to differentiate, that's something you can do as well. And yes, in the end, so what is a noun? And how do we know, right? It's yeah. What does it mean by ID again? Spit it back to me. Got it. Awesome. And on we go, right? If these were third graders, depending on how much time I have with them, then it's like, oh God, time for gym or whatever. But since it's virtual, I have time frames for my kiddos. It's hanging up here. Oh, right. I have who I have, when I have them, right? And for how long. It's not that easy. And that's in a classroom. And luckily I have an aide. So the lessons have to kind of be like, if I'm on my own and there's only 2 of them, you're gonna have to make it a little different, but always make it fun, always change it up. I got lots of, and I have a second monitor too. That's always fun to, when they turn their camera on. Coax them into it little by little. All right, so that's me. My name's Carrie Gibson again. This is what I would do with nouns, all different types of lessons or types of ways to teach this lesson, right? But the overall objective is the same. And I always say, know your audience and also have an interactive notebook. Hand it to them, staple it in, you know, if at least they'll have it then, right? Then if they look at it, oh, look at that. Yeah. Hey, we got to do what we got to do. All right. Thank you for listening. Hope to hear from you soon. Ready, stop recording.